The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. I have realized that the past and future are real illusions, that they exist in the present, which is what there is and all there is. Never pretend to a love which you do not actually feel, for love is not ours to command. But the attitude of faith is to let go, and become open to truth, whatever it might turn out to be. The ego is nothing other than the focus of conscious attention. You don't look out there for God, something in the sky, you look in you. You are that vast thing that you see far, far off with great telescopes. But I'll tell you what hermits realize. If you go off into a far, far forest and get very quiet, you'll come to understand that you're connected with everything. Trying to define yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth. So what is discord at one level of your being is harmony at another level. A myth is an image in terms of which we try to make sense of the world. Reality is only a Rorschach inkblot, you know.
Technology is destructive only in the hands of people who do not realize that they are one and the same process as the universe. Omnipotence is not knowing how everything is done, it's just doing it. Zen does not confuse spirituality with thinking about God while one is peeling potatoes. Zen spirituality is just to peel the potatoes. Religion is not a department of life, it is something that enters into the whole of it. The style of God venerated in the church, mosque, or synagogue seems completely different from the style of the natural universe. But we try to pretend, you see, that the external world exists altogether independently of us. Wars based on principle are far more destructive. The attacker will not destroy that which he is after. We identify in our experience a differentiation between what we do and what happens to us. The moralist is the person who tells people that they ought to be unselfish, when they still feel like egos, and his efforts are always and invariably futile. No valid plans for the future can be made by those who have no capacity for living now. We cannot be more sensitive to pleasure without being more sensitive to pain. So then, the relationship of self to other is the complete realization that loving yourself is impossible without loving everything defined as other than yourself. You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. I owe my solitude to other people. Unless one is able to live fully in the present, the future is a hoax. Unless one is able to live fully in the present, the future is a hoax. What the devil is the point of surviving, going on living, when it's a drag? But you see, that's what people do. What the devil is the point of surviving, going on living, when it's a drag? But you see, that's what people do. But at any rate, the point is that God is what nobody admits to being, and everybody really is. But to me nothing, the negative, the empty, is exceedingly powerful. Buddhism has in it no idea of there being a moral law laid down by some kind of cosmic lawgiver. The religious idea of God cannot do full duty for the metaphysical infinity. And the attitude of faith is the very opposite of clinging to belief, of holding on. If you study the writings of the mystics, you will always find things in them that appear to be paradoxes, as in Zen. Particularly, the difficulty for most of us in the modern world is that the old-fashioned idea of God has become incredible or implausible.